Good evening, I'm Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. Seated at our table tonight, Ian McNulty, restaurant writer for the New Orleans Advocate. Hey, Ian.
Hey, Peggy.
Good to see you. Hello.
You too.
Susan Larson, host of The Reading Life on WWNO 89.9 FM. Hello, Miss Susan.
Hi, Peg.
Hey. Alan Smason, editor of the online Crescent City Jewish News. Hey, Alan.
Hi.
And he's back, Armand St. Martin, who'll be performing for us some Christmas tunes. We're really thrilled. Good to see you too, sir.
Great to be here.
And Poppy Tooker will be returning after the holidays. We want to thank Ricardo Pustanio and our friend Jay Richard, who built the crew of Mid-City every year, and they are letting us host a tribute to Mr. Bingo over the next few weeks. And so he's been in our studio, and it's been great fun having him. But first off, let's talk Chinese.
Yeah, we're talking food, Peggy, and I was looking for some ideas to cover restaurants and food around New Orleans for the holidays in a little different way. So one of the things we looked at in just one of our recent A&E sections at the New Orleans Advocate is Chinese food, which, at first blush doesn't sound like chestnuts roasting over the open fire and Christmas goose and stuff, but I know a lot of people in New Orleans and around the country for whom Chinese food is as much a part of the holiday season as, as wrapping ribbon and flocking. I mean, first of all, it's very much a tradition in a lot of Jewish households, of course.
Yes.
Celebrating Christmas, you want to go out to eat. These Chinese restaurants tend to be open, and the ones I'm going to be talking about are open on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and also New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So that's nice to note. But I picked three that have all the standards that you expect at a Chinese restaurant, and are all, two of them are fairly well-known restaurants, but all three of them also have what they'll call their Chinese menu. And this is made up of dishes that are a lot closer to what you would get if you actually traveled around regions of China. So first up is a place called China Rose. And now some people will recognize this name from Lakeview. Before Katrina, it had been on Robert E. Lee Boulevard for a long time. After the storm, they moved to Metairie, to Fat City, actually really close to Drago's. And again, they serve, everything you're going for, the combination plates, your egg rolls, but ask the waitress for the Chinese menu. They don't necessarily bring it to you right off the bat, but just ask them for it. And you'll find just, to me, much more interesting food, much more handmade, a lot more robust flavors, lots of different oils and chilies. These are their dumplings, and you've heard of pot stickers. Well, these are actually sort of molded to the pot, and they take them out, and it's one big cake that you break apart into the individual dumplings. It takes about 20 minutes to come out, which shows you they're making it in the back there. They're not just shaking it out of a bag. This is one of my all-time favorites. This is actually fish, but you can get it with chicken or pork. With wild and hot pepper. And now that almost sounds like a menu translation problem, but the hot pepper is easy enough to see. The wild pepper is like this ground up, it almost looks like a black pepper, but it's the Szechuan wild pepper. And let me tell you, when you eat this, it gives a little tingle, a little pulse on your palate. And for me, it seems to spread over my body, but you can feel your head pulsing just a little bit. I mean, it's a really interesting experience. But I love to eat at these kinds of places because you can get the stuff that you know already and mix it up a little bit too. So, it doesn't have to be all the same every year. Another one is Young's Golden Dragon. This is on Magazine Street, but a lot of people will remember it from Metairie. It was near Clearview Parkway for decades. And again, a traditional Chinese-American menu, but the restaurateur here, Young 10, mixes it up with a lot more Szechuan traditional dishes. These are their steamed buns, very similar to dumplings, but you bite in and it's almost like you're biting into a soup that's encased in a noodle. There's like pork broth and pork and garlic and really terrific stuff. Whole fish is a big specialty there as well. They'll do them in a few different styles, fried or steamed. There's vegetarian dishes, though, I would note, don't assume that a dish is vegetarian just because it doesn't list any meat. You always want to ask with these Chinese menus. They tend to be a little scant on the details, but long on flavor. And then finally, we're going out to Kenner for Little Chinatown. This is a place on Williams Boulevard. It's much newer than the first two places, but it actually used to be a Ted's Frost Stop and then a Pizza Hut. And if you look carefully, you can see elements of both of those places in the building. But when you walk in, you're going to find dishes like this. These are fried quail, they say done in salt and pepper style, which in reality turns out to be lots of jalapeno peppers and garlic. and lemon squeezed over it. There's lots of different dishes they do like that. There's hot pots with braised short rib in there. There's lots of seafood dishes, and again, more vegetarian dishes. So the theme here is if you're heading out for Christmas or Christmas Eve, whether that's part of your tradition or just something you want to do on a whim, there's a lot more out there than just General Tso's chicken. You can get some pretty interesting stuff.
Cashews.
Exactly, yeah. And they'll still bring you a fortune cookie. Even if you get the wild and hot pepper soup, you're still going to get a fortune cookie at the end of the day.
All right, Ian, thank you very much. And we turn to Susan. It's still not too late to do some shopping.
And it's easy to buy books. They're easy to wrap. They're easy to read before you wrap, too. So it's like, I've done that many, many times. But this has been a great, great fall for local books. So many big, beautiful books, and many of them from local publishers, which is really exciting. So we're going to start with Unfathomable City in New Orleans Atlas, edited by Rebecca Snedeker and Rebecca Solnit. Fabulous book with 22 exquisite maps of the city, unusual maps of things like oak canopies and parade routes. And these maps are matched with essays by some of our very finest writers. This book is really a treasure, I think. And then, this is my new favorite. I have a new favorite every week. This week, it's Making New Orleans, Products, Past and Present.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous book from graphic designer Philip Collier that tells the history of the city through things that have been made here. Everything from hot sauce to Higgins boats, gorgeous sheet music, whiskey, coffee, you name it. It's just, and it's wonderful art with great vintage photographs with essays by Julia Reed, Errol Laborde, Clancy Dubose. Many of our really fine writers are in this book too. So that is a true treasure. And then there's New Orleans, Days and Nights in the Dreamy City. And that was edited by Mary Fitzpatrick and Virginia McCollum. And if I were a New Orleanian, I am a New Orleanian, what am I saying? But I would give this to someone and I would say, here, do everything in this book next year. It's patterned from morning to night. Have a perfect day in New Orleans with this book. It's really lovely. And then if you want nostalgia and sweetness, you can look back at New Orleans Memories, One Writer's City by Carolyn Cobb, a collection of her columns, which is terrific. Now, one of the great additions to our literary scene is Luna Press, which is run by Josephine Sakabo and her husband, Dot Wong. And they have two extraordinary books. Well, one's not really a book, I'll show you, out this season. And one is Inventing Reality, New Orleans Visionary Photography, which was put together for Photo Nola. And this book, edited by D. Eric Bookhart, a longtime art critic, of course, is such a trip. I mean, you look at it, these photographs, you can look at them forever. They all tell stories, they all make you think, and they're all very different from one another. So that's really a special book. And then there's Riddles of Existence, also from Luna Press, which is billed as a carnival pageant. And it's this beautiful deck of cards, and each one has a riddle and a fabulous image that Dalt has created himself. And that's the book. That's the book form. But now they're out in these gorgeous cards.
Just show the card just to get an idea of the size. You almost want to frame them.
You could.
Pretty.
I know. I just.
Or put them on your coffee table or something.
Yeah. They'd cover a big coffee table, too, all 52 of them.
They would. That's pretty.
So that is a really special kind of book object to have. And then one of my favorites, of course, is N.O. Lit, 200 Years of New Orleans Literature, which was edited by Nancy Dixon, who teaches at Dillard University. 560 pages of New Orleans literature, and this just scratches the surface. But it is so useful and entertaining and fun to read. A lot of drama in it,
so
too.
She takes excerpts or maybe even full plays
full
and things
works
connected to New Orleans.
Yes, it's like
some Tennessee Williams in
right.
there too, huh?
And finally, Tom Dent's Ritual Murder, available in a useful edition like this. You can read this forever. Well, at 560 pages, you will read it forever. But it's just great.
Yes, you will.
And then if you have a history buff, look back at Company Man, that wonderful book that is the remarkable French Atlantic Voyage of a Clerk for the Company of the Indies by Marc-Antoine Caillot, which was edited by Aaron Greenwald. Gorgeous historic New Orleans collection book in the way their books are always gorgeous, and a really wonderful look at the early life of our city, too. And then for the sports fan on your list, this is so much fun. Game Changers, The Rousing History of Louisiana Sports. And it's by Marty Muley, longtime sports writer of the Times-Picayune. And it's every sport. It's just every sport, men and women's, everything. Just, golf, football, tennis, everything. And everyone you'd expect to be is in there. And it's great stories with fabulous photographs. And it's done in conjunction with the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Museum in Natchitoches. So that's a really special book. For some reason, I've been reading lots of sports books this fall, and I love that one. So. And then if you have someone naughty on your list, I think you can give them the Blue Book. This is a reproduction, a facsimile edition of a 1903 Blue Book. And the Blue Books were those guides to the pleasures of Storyville, published between late 1898 to maybe 1915. And this one is really kind of fun to look at. There are some pictures, but not many. And that belonged to Judith Lafitte of Octavia Books, who printed this facsimile edition, so you can find that there. And then if you'd like to become a yacht in 10 days or less, I think you could do this with the new expanded edition of Chris Champagne's New Yacht Dictionary, which is a lot of fun. And if you forget the Rosetta Stone, go for this. I think
Very helpful to the new New Orleanians out there.
Exactly.
And I guess briefly, we have some books that are close to home.
Yes, we have the WYES trifecta. We can have the gorgeous Errol Laborde's, fabulous Mardi Gras Chronicles of New Orleans Carnival, which just explodes into your eyes when you open the book. It's just a wonderful book. And then Poppy Tooker's Louisiana Eats, taking that radio show and putting it in between covers. And then there's my, shameless self-promotion book lover's guide to New Orleans.
Oh, it is most deserved. Okay, so all of those. Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we turn to Armand. It's great to see you. And I know you're in the Christmas spirit, but you've got some exciting things coming up. First of all, tell us about the Treme news.
Well, the last episode of Treme will be December
On HBO,
20 on HBO, December 29th, and one of my songs is in it. My song Storyville Blues.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That's the second TV show it's been in. It's also been in a movie, so the song's got legs.
And I know, you have numerous.
That's right.
And I
Come
know you
on
have
down.
numerous CDs, and we'll show them as we chat. But also, you wanted to tell us about an upcoming event that's free and open to the public, and it'll be great fun.
Well, to me, it's an amazing New Orleans afternoon. You go to on this Sunday, December 22nd. We have in the Cabildo, we have the Louisiana Purchase commemoration every year at 4 o'clock in the Sala Capitular, the room where it was signed, on the second floor of the Cabildo. And then right after that, you can go over to St. Louis Cathedral and enjoy the concert they put on there. Then after that's over, go over to Jackson Square for the caroling. All this is free. And it's a lovely New Orleans afternoon.
And we're going to show some of the CDs that we had mentioned that you do.
Great.
You're a busy, busy guy with all these CDs. You're always working on something, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Which is just great.
We have a new double CD set coming out in 2014.
Oh, well, wonderful. So what are you going to play for us today?
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Okay, so we'll let you get up there and go over and get ready and do your thing, sir.
Well,
Go
thank
right
you.
ahead.
Thank you.
It is amazing how often I go to an event and there's Armand. He is definitely a man about town, and we're going to show you, if you would like to have Armand in your living room or somewhere, we have information as to how you can reach him. There you go, PattyLeeRecords.com, and there we are. So, Armand, are you just about ready for us? Let's
Good to
see,
go.
we're going to turn a camera around and let you go, and take it away, Armand.
All righty.
Okay.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making his list, checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Well, Santa Claus is coming to town. He knows if you've been sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus, he's a-coming to town. The boys and girls in Joyland will have a jubilee. They're going to build a Mr. Bingle's Toyland all around the Christmas tree. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm a telling you why. Santa Claus, he's a coming to town. Oh yeah, watch out now.
Have some more Christmas cheer from Armand a little later. Thank you, Armand. Now on to Alan. Hard to top that, but I know you will.
That certainly is not a lump of coal, is it not? Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about something for the season. I mean, after all, it is somewhat religious in nature, and that's nothing other than Sister Act, which is at the Sanger Theater. And again, this is a little bit based on the 1992 film with Whoopi Goldberg. If you remember, it was set originally in Reno, Nevada. She's on the lam from her gangster boyfriend who decides to give her a mink coat that used to belong to her to his wife, and basically she's disgusted at that, so she goes back behind hours a little bit after the show's over to complain and say that she's calling it off. It's all over with. And unfortunately she sees something she shouldn't see, and she is on the run at that point and seeks some comfort within the order of the order that it actually is, I believe, the Holy Sisters of Our Mother of Perpetual
and we have some
Faith.
footage.
Yes, so we wanted to show this. This is what's going on. Unfortunately, those of you who haven't made plans, you need to do that now. But this is at the Sanger Theater showing Sister Act and the Alan Menken music there. Okay, so this stars Torreya Campbell. Torreya Campbell is on the national tour. She takes over the role that Patina Miller actually started on Broadway. Patina Miller, of course, recently won the Tony Award for her leading role in Pippin, the revival. But a great role, and again, Douglas Carter Bean, who has been on Broadway a long time, helped write some of the work with this as well. Alan Menken's music is very, very wonderful, and again, I would recommend it highly for those of you who haven't had a chance to go out there and see it.
I just want to put a plug in. It was really a lot of fun, especially those of us who are Catholic,
yes.
Catholic background. But even if you're not, it doesn't matter. It was really a lot of fun.
And so I guess everything was in order then?
Yes, it was.
All right. So yeah, I didn't want to say, it's getting to be a habit or anything like that.
No, you wouldn't want to say that.
So also, I wanted to mention when we move from Christmas into New Year's, we have to start thinking about what are we going to do to pop the cork to celebrate the new year. And one of the things I wanted to put out there for everybody to enjoy is coming up at the Freedom Pavilion and Boeing Center. That's the actual National World War II Museum's latest center that they have there. And this is going to be the New Year's Eve Swingin' Eve. And I should tell you that it's going to be 3 for 1. You're going to not just see one show, you're going to see essentially 3 shows. The first is going to be Jump, Jive, and Wail. That's going to start off at 9 o'clock, and that'll be followed by a 10 p.m. show of the Victory Bells. And they're going to do not necessarily the best of, but they're going to do several selections from several of their different shows. And that is a picture of all of the Victory Bells, because there are more than just 3 or 4 that you might see from time to time. So there they all are in all their splendor. That's a brand new shot. I thought I'd show that as well. And then, of course, the Victory Big Band with Jay Hagan and the group will be actually bringing you into the new year proper, starting at 10:30. And again, they will have dinner from 9 o'clock until 11 o'clock. So you'll be fed well, and you'll be able to enjoy some wonderful talent. Our local talent here is amazing. And again, thanks to Victoria Reed and the entertainment staff over at the World War II Museum. Should be wonderful. The Stage Door Canteen is also featuring several other items that they're doing for the holidays, including the Swingin' Christmas show that they're doing with the Victory Bells, and that's fun with Ryan Fisher as well. So I would mention that if you haven't had a chance to see that, that's also great. Also, coming up in just a little bit this weekend is starting up the Under Milkwood in the Walking Haze. This is a production of the Cripple Creek Players, and it's very interesting. It's being set of all places in the Saturn Bar. Now, those of you who have been to the Saturn Bar know it's a little bit of cramped space. They're doing actually a reading of Under Milkwood, and you can see some of the cast of characters there. But what makes it really particularly interesting is that they have recruited the talents of the lady who is now working at Noka, doing their culinary program, is Jessie Whitekin. Jessie used to work at Commander's Palace, and she also is seen here at the Taco Loco truck that she did with her friend Anthony Bourdain, who was sort of a mentor for her. Jessie is actually going to be preparing a special menu along with drinks at the Saturn Bar. It's $25, and it's going to be this weekend, and so I hope that people will check that out. It should be a lot of fun. And again, for those of you who remember very, very fondly, as I do, and I know, Peggy, you do too, they just had an unveiling in the lobby of Le Petit Theater this week, and a very special portrait done by Nancy Dawes, who's there on the right, of Stocker Fonaloo.
That's
for those of you, let's take a look at the great
Yeah.
Stocker Fonaloo with his beret on.
Long-time
Oh, yes.
director,
And, of course, executive director, director himself, and then
And
executive
executive
director
director, yeah, he did it all.
of the Le Petit Theater. So I love seeing that particular portrait. And again, congratulations. That's going to be on permanent exhibit in the lobby of Le Petit. So we're glad to see that.
And Goldust Balcony's coming up too.
That is their next show that they're going to be doing. And who, of course, is doing is Claremont Crief, who we all know from the Shakespeare Festival
that'd be
and
great.
Tulane. So it'll be interesting to see that.
Thank you so much. And now it's time for our Artist Spotlight. Tonight we are featuring Kai Lee Tampa, 2012, and that is by Debbie Schwedhelm, recipient of the 2012 Photo NOLA Review Prize. Based in Tampa, Florida, Schwedhelm's photography is usually about underwater to add mystery to a playful image. Her exhibit From the Sea is on view through January 19th at the New Orleans Photo Alliance, and that's on St. Mary Street in the Lower Garden District. Call 264-1855 for an appointment or visit neworleansphotoalliance.org for more information. Just a reminder that you can check out Steppin Out's online calendar at WIS.org, including mention of the Arts Market of New Orleans, taking place this Saturday and Sunday for a special two-day holiday shopping event in Palmer Park. New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time, Natalie Forche gave us the name of one of 3 locally owned department stores, where stores and shoppers used to take to the streetcar. You could take the streetcar to go down to downtown. So many good memories of that. You could have said Krause, D.H. Holmes, Maison Blanche, and many others. But anyway, now tonight's question. This French Christmas confection is shaped like a log. Name the local French and English names for it. Email your answers to steppinout@WIS.org. Our prizes: a Louisiana Life magazine subscription, a gift certificate for Vianne's Tea House, offering their culinary and gourmet tea experience for 2. Tonight we have some festive kitchen towels with the messages, no la 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 la, Merry Catmas, love the wine you're with, I'm dreaming of a wine Christmas, and fleur-de-lis. Okay, check out wearablevegetables.com, really fun. The new Benny Grunch and the Bunch CD. We've also got the Cajun Night Before Christmas ornament book, Christmas in New Orleans by John McGill and me, and Louisiana Eats by Poppy Tooker, all published by Pelican. Thank you, Pelican. And now our picks. Armand, once again, your website or another pick?
Well, like I said, the Louisiana Evening down by the Jackson Square, the Louisiana Purchase Ceremony at 4, the Cathedral the next, and then the Singing in the Square. And also, coming up in March is Miley Cyrus at the New Orleans Arena.
All right, Ian.
This is last call for Réveillon, of course, those big festive dinners. If you haven't made plans yet, go ahead and do that.
Okay, good. Susan.
Philip Collier Sons, Making New Orleans Products Past and Present, Saturday at noon at Octavia Books, Sunday at 3:30 at Barnes & Noble Metairie, and Marty Muley Sons, Game Changers, Sunday at 4 at Barnes & Noble Metairie.
Alan.
Friends of the Marigny Opera House Gala. That's going to be tomorrow night, Saturday, December 21st. The only way to be invited is to be a member. Membership levels start at $75. There's the information as where to go, marignyoperahouse.org.
Okay, great. And before we go to my picks, I just wanted to acknowledge the recent passing of 2 gentlemen who were very much a part of the local fabric. Alan Eskew, project architect for the 1984 World's Fair and numerous buildings since, such as the Aquarium and also Woldenberg Park. And George Buck, who was a longtime producer of national and New Orleans jazz records, and together with his wife Nina, owner of the Palm Court Jazz Cafe, a restaurant and night spot that features traditional jazz bands. There will be a funeral parade tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. at Charbonnet Funeral Home on St. Philip Street, and they'll go to St. Mary's Church on Charter Street, where a funeral service will be held at noon, to be followed by a procession on to a repast at the Palm Court Jazz Cafe on Decatur Street, and that starts at 1:30. Now my picks: Errol Laborde will be signing his new book, as we mentioned, Mardi Gras, tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the Roosevelt Lobby, and 1 p.m. at the Forever New Orleans shop, 700 Royal Street in the Quarter. The JPS performs the Nutcracker. That's tomorrow evening at 7:30 and Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Jefferson Performing Arts Center in Metairie. Call 885-2000 or go to jpas.org for tickets. Don't miss Celebration in the Oaks, taking place in City Park now through January 4th. It will be closed, of course, Christmas and New Year's Eve, but please visit Celebration in the Oaks, their website, for more information on that. And looking ahead, on January 14th, the Chef's Charity for Children, benefiting St. Michael's Special School, and that will be on Tuesday, January 14th, as we said, and will feature the talent of local chefs Tori McPhail and Donna Link, among many others. Tickets are $65. They're going fast. Call 524-7285 before tickets run out. And now we leave you with, first of all, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and more of Armand St. Martin playing Merry Christmas, baby.
Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. Sure did treat me nice. Oh, Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice. You gave me diamond rings for Christmas. Well, now I'm in paradise. Well, I'm feeling mighty fine. There's good music on the radio. Yes, I'm feeling mighty fine. There's good music on the radio. I want to kiss you, baby, down beneath the mistletoe. Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice. Well, Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice.